furniture, how to paint strips, how to put in rugs, how to put in walls. And I watched her do all of these things when I was a little kid. And she came from this country. She was an immigrant from Brazil. So she didn't know how to do all of this stuff. She basically taught herself how to do it. Like when she decided she was going to do something, she didn't care if she didn't know how to do it. She was going to get it done. And so I grew up watching my mom do those things, and I didn't even realize until this topic that that's where I get my mentality from. Like, I might not know how to do something, but if I want to do it, I'll get it done. And I'll teach myself how to do it. And I just realized today that that's where I get that mentality from my mom. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Definitely respect that. And you kind of jumped ahead of the other question. The first one I was asking about was a celebrity that was a girl hustler, and the third question was going to be about a regular everyday person that we know, because celebrities are not just the only girl hustler. So she kind of went backwards. So when I get to that question, I'm going to need you to flip flop and give me a celebrity. But okay, talk to us, Destiny. Can you think of anybody?
You know, one of my favorite girl hustlers is Helen Keller. Not only was she blind, she was deaf, she was a little slow. They said she was dumb, but she rose above it, and she went to college, and she went to the Perkins Institute for the Blind, and she learned Braille, and she taught herself how to write, and she wrote books, and she did whatever she had to do to learn.
Absolutely. And you and I had a conversation about Helen Keller a few weeks ago, and I love Helen Keller too. Definitely a legend. Absolutely, absolutely.
Oh my God,
I'm gonna name
too.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. It's like one thing that Lisa Ray was saying is there was some beef online, and they were trying to pull her into it. And what she was saying, people took a comment and took it left. Of course, we see that happen all the time. But she was talking about paying homage to people that went before us that have success and did X, Y, and Z. And, of course, everyone doesn't really believe in paying homage. So my next question, and this is actually just an extra question, what do you guys think about, paying homage to people who came before you that did certain things or certain levels of success? Do you see it as a sign of respect? Do you see it as a sign of, worshiping? What's your thoughts about paying homage?
This is C. I think that it's respectable to pay homage, just to show that you recognize that this is, the person that either created this genre or created a lane for me. So, yeah, I definitely believe that whoever came before you should recognize that, just like we do in history, like we recognize whoever created something and then it does. So I feel like it's only right that you respect those who came before you and who you may have even been influenced by in a positive way.
Okay, I agree. Who else wants to share about that?
This is Kay. I guess it depends on what type of homage paying you're talking about, because there's just different kinds. Like in some Asian cultures, they actually build shrines where they worship for the dead. In the hood, like for example in Oakland, they might pour some alcohol for the homies. There's just different types of homage. There's walls, memorial walls. So I guess it would depend on what kind you're talking about, because I do think that some types of homage are a form of worshiping, which I don't do because I only worship God. But just in terms of saying, oh, so-and-so did this, and showing respect for that, I don't see anything wrong with that.
Absolutely. How about you, Destiny?
Well, I kind of see it as a respect thing, because if we didn't have those people for us, we wouldn't be who we are today. Like going to Helen Keller, I kind of definitely see it as a respect thing. Like she paved the way for so many blind people.
Okay. Thank you, definitely for sharing that. All right, I want to name a few other ladies that I see as girl hustlers, and just tell you really quickly why. And I love for you to name a few. They don't have to be celebrities; it can be everyday people because it's not just about a celebrity. It's about the hustle. As the tagline says, the hustle is real. I have Cardi B on here, and one of the things I tell everybody, and I definitely give her respect because when Cardi B was on Love and Hip Hop, I'm not sure how many seasons she was on. Initially, I just thought she was whack. Like, this girl is whack. She's always talking about her teeth. All she's talking about is the guy that was in jail, and nothing about against anyone that's in jail. It was just that she just seemed like I didn't even know how she got on the show. Do you guys remember when she was on Love and Hip Hop, New York, before she became like a star? Yeah, I passed over her. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't really pay her any attention. And when she became a star, and I started hearing her in the charts, I had to salute her. And I'm all day good with that because sometimes you know the old saying, don't judge a book
by its cover.
That's exact. I judged her, and she showed me. But guess what? I absolutely love it, and I just feel like she is a girl hustler. Also, Kim Kardashian. Probably all the Kardashians really. They have the show called Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but like her in specific has been in the media for years, even though it may have started with like their dad and just building that name. She just always been in the media working and doing something. And even from the scandal that Kim, I think it was actually two scandals, but one of the scandals that she had, I think, was Ray G and the sex tape. It's like she just rose above that and just continues to rise above it. And one of the things I like from the Keeping Up with the Kardashians is sometimes just seeing the transparency, of course, it's still TV, but just kind of seeing the transparency of them, how they sometimes watch, look online and people saying certain things and it kind of bothers them. Guess what? Because they're human. But even now with Kim being married to Kanye, having these freaking beautiful kids, now she's into prison reform. I heard she was talking about becoming a lawyer, but just seeing the different levels. And guess what? This woman is rich. She doesn't have to work, but guess what? She's still doing it, and she's helping others. So I see her definitely as a girl hustler. Two more people I want to name. J-Lo. J-Lo's a legend. She's been around forever. I fell in love with J-Lo from a movie called, what's it called? Made in Manhattan? Is that a movie?
Yeah.
Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I loved her from that movie, but I always respect J-Lo. Just really a hustler, getting things done. And I want to also say Raven Simone. Do you guys remember this cute little girl from the Cosby Show back in the day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember her? She was so freaking cute.
Used to be cute and adorable, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And guess what? But she's been working ever since she was like 5 years old. That's a baby hustler. And even now, probably being in her early 30s or late 20s, she's been on TV probably ever since. And I just heard something in the media the other day that she said that her royalties from the Cosby Show, she doesn't even cash them. She's like banking them. So I respect her. So those are just a few people that I just wanted to mention. How about you, ladies? Are there two or three other people you can think about, even if it's yourself, that is a girl hustler, and why?
Well, this is I'm definitely a girl hustler. Because I do what I need to do to grow my brand and just to I guess get the bag. And if I had to name someone else that's a celebrity, I would say, of course, I guess everyone would say that like Beyonce is a hustler because we've basically seen her whole journey. So from her going from being like 16 or 17 or however she was in Girls Time before she even made to Destiny Child to being an actress, a dancer, a singer, a mother. So yeah, she's definitely been out here for a long time hustling and doing what she needs to do.
Absolutely. Okay, who else?
This is Destiny. I'd say that I'm a hustler.
Talk to us about that.
Um,
Little hustler, talk to us.
Like I'm a hustler just 'cause like I went to school. I went to learn more how to be blind. I mean, I left a job that I was so comfortable in. Now I taught myself how to type. I can do everything that a sighted person can do, and most sighted people, like, I don't even, I would give up in your situation, but not me.
Absolutely. And never give up, because quitting is not an option. And the only way we truly fail is when we quit. Absolutely. Yep. And I respect that. And I would definitely agree with both of what you guys said with being hustlers, because you're at it every day on the grind, working to get something done. I'm sorry, but go ahead, Kay. Kay going once? Kay going twice?
Me?
Yes. Did you want to go?
I mean, I'm a hustler. I pretty much do whatever I need to do myself to make money. I've got multiple streams of income because I've got to get my bills paid, and if I don't, then they won't. So there you go.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Respect that. All right. So next I want to ask you, ladies, we're talking about girl hustles tonight. We know that women are not the only people that hustle. We're not going to hate against the men. We're just not going to talk about you tonight, fellas. Okay. So with that being said, I want you guys to think about rising hustlers, rising stars, the next big thing. All right. Now, one thing we've all heard of, we talked about paying homage, right? We've heard, what is it called when you kind of come in somebody's footsteps? Legacy. Do you know of someone that maybe has some hard shoes to fill, like, hey, this person, mom or dad, was a success, so it may be hard to go in their footsteps and have success as well? What do you guys think? Do you think it's peer pressure? Like when you think about celebrities, for example, and, like you have a Jay-Z who's a billionaire, so when his kids come behind him, do you think it's pressure? Or what if you were in those situations? Would it be pressure on you to follow in those footsteps when these people have had massive success? What are your thoughts about that?
Me personally, this is C. I feel like it would be a lot of pressure, just because people would look at you and expect certain things because you're the child of so and so. Like I know, like growing up, like I felt pressure to perform at a certain level just because everyone thought my father's very smart. So I think that was expected of me as well, to be something great just because of the person who he is. So I felt like that put extra pressure on me. So I can only imagine, like, if I was, like, let's say Michael Jordan's son trying to play basketball, people are going to expect for me to be just as good, if not better than, my father.
Okay. That definitely makes sense. All right. As we talk about the rising stars and just some different scenarios and situations, I want you guys to think about something before we go to our commercial break. It's very important, as we said, to have relationships and connections. A lot of times people think, when you think about being rich, people think about money. But it's definitely not always about money. Sometimes it's about relationships. So think about this, ladies. Who do you know? What do you know? What do I do? How do I connect? So the questions are, again, and make it personal. Who do I know? What do I want? What do I do? How do I connect? Also, who knows you? Think about those, because it's about connections and relationships. We got to go to break. We'll be right back talking about rising stars.
Hello, I'm Corinne with the Real Girlfriends Across America. Now let's dive into tonight's trending stories. Now, speaking of someone that's really about their hustle,